Hi there, it's Masaki. It's been a very long time since my last video that was like in August or September or something like that. It is December now, so yeah, it's been month. But I am back now with a new series that I'm gonna call Social Justice English. Social Justice English, that means like English that you use in social justice related situations like academic conferences or activist conferences, international conferences, or some kind of joint program, you know, cross-cultural programs or things like that. So if you are an activist, if you are a student, if you are a researcher, you might need social justice English. So yeah, this series I'm going to teach you phrases and words in English that you can use in those situations. And I also, well, after I explain things in English and give you a sentence as an example, I will also explain the meaning of the phrase or the word in Japanese, and I give you the Japanese translation of the example sentence. So if you're learning Japanese, you know, if you speak English already but do not speak Japanese as fluently, you can also learn the Japanese equivalents. So yeah, it's win-win. So yeah, let's get started. The first expression is marginalized. Marginalized. Marginalized means, well, margin means the edge or the fringe of something. So maybe you've used Microsoft Word or some kind of word processing software, and there's this thing called margins, right? That's the white space around that, you know, layout, paper layout thing. That's margins, okay? So marginalized means that when used in social justice related situations, marginalized means you are like pushed off the center, like you're pushed to the edge of the society, you're pushed to the margins or fringe of the society. That means you're like, basically that means you're a minority, okay? So like disabled people or people with disabilities, depending on which expression you prefer, they are marginalized in the society. Women are marginalized, gay people are marginalized, transgender people are marginalized, sex workers are marginalized. So yeah, it basically means that you are minority. So the example sentence is, in the sexual hierarchy, both transgender people and sex workers are marginalized. Now, can you guess what marginalized means in Japanese? Well, the Japanese word is not a very common word, so maybe you don't know the Japanese equivalent, but in Japanese, when you translate marginalized, you say 終焉化されている. 終焉化されている. 終焉 is the margin, and ka is like you make something else. So 終焉化されている. されている is being done. Okay, so the example sentence would be, 性のヒエラルキーにおいてトランスジェンダーの人々とセックスワーカーたちはどちらも終焉化されています. Moving on to the second expression. The second expression is prejudice. Prejudice. Prejudice is basically an assumption, like an idea that you have about a certain group of people before knowing about them, right? Like you have this idea, a biased idea about them, but you don't know them. So you can say, there is a prejudice against sex workers that they can't be raped. Can you guess what prejudice means in Japanese? Well, it's henken. So the example sentence will be translated as, セックスワーカーに対して彼ら彼女らはレイプされるなんてことはないという偏見があります。 for Japanese speakers who are not familiar with the expression "can't be raped," it basically means that sex workers, they have sex, they consent to having sex. So anything, any kind of sexual interaction that they have cannot be rape. That's the assumption. But actually, they can be raped. Sometimes they are raped. Sometimes they don't consent to something, and but the other person forces them to do it. You know, rape is a real thing, and sex workers are raped just like anybody else. The third expression is problematic. Problematic. Well, it basically means it's a problem, right? It's very simple. It is a problem, but problematic is an adjective, whereas a problem is a noun. Okay, so you say it's a problem, but you can say it's a problematic approach, or it's a problematic law. You can also say the book is problematic. Okay, it has problems. The book has problems. You can say the book is problematic. So yeah, it's an adjective. So my example sentence is, punishing clients is a problematic idea and ultimately harms sex workers. Can you guess what problematic means in Japanese? Well, it's 問題がある. And a Japanese translation of the sentence would be, 顧客を罰するというのは問題がある考え方で、結局セックスワーカーを痛めつけてしまうことになります. The fourth expression is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Un means not. Accept means take something and think that it's okay. I'm so bad at explaining things. But yeah, accept means, you know, you think it's okay. And able, acceptable, able, that means you can. So acceptable means you can accept, you can take it, you can think that it's okay. It's you know, it's okay. But unacceptable means it's not okay. You cannot accept it. There's no way you can see it and think it's okay. Okay? So my example sentence: banning transgender people from using the bathrooms that match their gender identities is unacceptable. Banning transgender people from using the bathrooms that match their gender identities is unacceptable. Can you guess what unacceptable means in Japanese? It means 受け入れられない. So the sentence will be translated as, トランスジェンダーの人々が性自認に合ったトイレを使うことを禁止するなんて許されないことです. I actually have a lot of expressions here. I have a long list of expressions that I wanted to share, but I'm going to stop here because it's getting too long. So yeah, I will be back with another episode of Social Justice English with new expressions. And stay tuned, I guess. Yeah, it's been so long that I feel a little nervous in front of a camera. You know, in the beginning when I started out as a YouTube creator, I was nervous, but I got used to it. And then now, anyway, it was fun. I have lots of ideas now for this series, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will stick around. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and bell-shaped thing that's next to it. Like, you have to, like, if you tick that, you get a notification every time I upload a new video or I update my channel. in some other way. So yeah, please do that. And if you like this series, I ask you to share it on like Twitter, Facebook, and whatever social networking site that you use, so that your friends or your followers will know about me. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. 顧客を罰するというのは問題がある考え方で、最終的に結局か